In this video, I'm going to show you how to maximize your sales by making just one tweak on your checkout pages. I'm talking about pricing options. Hi, my name's Steve Ben and I'm in ThriveCart right now, but whether you're a ThriveCart user or not, this video is going to be incredibly valuable to you if you sell your own product. Because what we're going to do is we're going to take a magnifying glass and we're going to zoom in on what are called pricing options. Now, before we begin, I want to kind of illustrate what could be a big pitfall for most people. And if you can get past this and basically avoid making this kind of common mistake, you're already setting yourself up for success. And the big thing is to understand the difference between a funnel cart or a funnel checkout process where it's about buying one product and related upgrades versus a shopping basket, which is used in e-com. Just think of Amazon. You can add whatever you want in there and then you check out. And you can't easily optimize that for conversions in the way we would with a funnel because you have to speak to many different things. And the less focused you are on what you say, the lower your conversion rates. Now, of course, e-com stores rely on a whole bag of different mechanisms to get sales in. Whereas with a funnel cart, we're selling just one thing. Maybe it's how to play guitar. Maybe it's about child rearing, or maybe it's about relaxation or martial arts or copywriting. There are so many different options, aren't there? Well, one of the things many people kind of avoid is kind of this middle ground of product pricing. You see, most people take funnel carts as having a single price on the front end. That's pretty normal. That's often how it works. And then on the other side, we've got e-com shopping, which tends to include lots of different items that are unrelated to some degree. If it's something like Amazon, it could be completely unrelated. Other stores will sell one type of thing. Maybe it's retro games, for instance, but they'll have lots of different items. So what's kind of the middle ground between that? Well, it's product pricing. Now, some people will misuse this to sell a whole range of different products in their cart. It will not convert well, and I'm going to explain to you why. You see, the more options you set, the more your potential buyer has to think about what they want and what they don't want. And the longer they spend thinking, the less chance it is that they're going to move forward. In other words, the greater the delay in taking that first step to buy, the higher the chance of cart abandon. And did you know that 70 to 75% of people who start your cart will abandon it without making any purchase? And confusion and having to make choices all adds to that. So with a funnel cart, we need to make things simple. But at the start of this video, I did promise you that I'd show you a way to boost your conversions. And it's not going to work in every situation, but I want to show you something about numbers, psychology, and some practical tips for getting the most out of your offer. So let's say I've got some training and it's all about how to be a better radio presenter. And I sell the initial training for $97. Now, do you think it's better that I have different pricing options, bump offers, or upsells? How should I combine those? Well, my opinion is that an upsell should be very simple to understand and it should add something to the initial product, but it should just be one thing. An upsell, typically the first upsell at least, should be very closely related to that front-end offer, and it should basically make it so that people get faster results, bigger results, better results. Things like done for you or expedited results. You get what I'm saying here. So that kind of defines what our upsell and our bump offer should be. So what should we use pricing options for? Well, one thing we can use them for is we can say this is our standard one, and we can say it's a single license. Okay, then what we can do is we can go add in another one, and we'll set this to 130, and this is 3 licenses. So can you see what I did there? I didn't just double the price. I increased the price by a bit, but I gave them 3 times as much. They're getting 3 licenses. In other words, 3 people can access this training. And then what we could do is we could add a third option. And I am going to do this a little bit differently, okay? And I'll explain why in a moment. So we've got this pricing option. And what we do is just give it a name. And this is an unlimited seat license, which means you can have as many people as you want. And sure, you could probably name these better if you had time. But look what we've got now. We've got a $97 license. We've got a $130 license, which lets 3 people use the software, or should I say the training. With software, this will working better. And we've got an unlimited seat license. So 3 options or 2 options, I would say, should be your maximum. And this is how it should work. If we were just to sell the 3 license pack on its own, it would not sell as well as if we have these 2 surrounding it. Now, sure, you might get a couple of sales from either of these pricing options, but by providing contrast, we actually can help our buyers make a decision very, very easily about which is the best value for them. Whereas when it's a single option on its own, it's kind of yes or no, and they might not know what to do. Or they might think, well, I'm not sure if it's good value or not. So they might have made the decision about what they want, but they're still not sure about the value. Or one way you can increase perceived value is by providing other options. Now, this can be taken even further. You see, we can use one of these as what's called a decoy option. So you can have an extra expensive license. Note the one here, it's unlimited. How many people want an unlimited license to a training program about becoming a great radio presenter? You know, unlimited seat license, it'd have to be some sort of corporate client to my mind. So you probably could increase this price even more. But now when somebody sees $300, suddenly $130 and $97, guess what? These seem better value now, don't they? Now, if you wanted to just do a 2 license option, and that can sometimes work better, you'd simply remove one of these. But the other thing we can do is we can also create a single license that's actually really bad value. So what we can do is we can say this is $125, and this one can now be the one on sale. And if you want to increase sales, genuinely pick the one that is the best value and set it as preferred if your sales system allows you to do that. So suddenly now, why would anybody buy a single license? They could share this with friends, okay? It's $130 more, they get 3, it's $30-something more, and they can get 3 licenses. Now, if we want to improve this even more, what we can do is go to $129. We're just losing $1 a sale now, but look what we've got. And actually, I've forgotten to change the text here. $129. I'm just going to remove the cents here because why do we need the cheapest one? So suddenly, this is our preferred option, okay? It does not feel like a big gap from here to here, does it? Yet, if you think about it, it's a 20% increase. Or should I say almost a 30% increase there, but even a 20% increase would work. This, again, establishes the price as an anchor, and it will still get a few sales, so it will still increase your revenue. This one is the one that you want people to buy, provides 3 times the value for a 30% increase. If you slow the price a bit more, I suspect it might convert better. You'd have to test it. This one is basically the base mark that gets people interested. So you say from $97 in your promotional material. And so people come in and now they've got contrast. They can see what's good value, what's a better option for them. But if you were to change all of these and have just random pricing, so there isn't one that you've made particularly better value, you're not really directing your customer to the one that's the really good value one, I suppose, just to put it simply. And so you miss out. So you've got your decoy licenses here, and they're functioning, or should I say decoy pricing options, which are licenses in this example. So what you're going to find is that people are going to be drawn to this one. But this will be the limit of what they can afford. It's right for them. They will go and buy it, okay? But if you just listed this one, that would be the maximum of what you're getting. If you were just listing this one, I promise you, this system will get you more because these will feed most people into here. And a few outliers who couldn't afford this will go for this one, and a few people who genuinely need what this offers will go for this one. So this is how you can use pricing options within the same training product or software to actually direct people to buy. But more people will buy because you've given contrast and you've given choice. Start to increase the options though, go beyond sort of 2 or 3, and you'll start to see sales drop off as it becomes more complex. Just like those people who misuse pricing options in a funnel cart to sell wildly different things, people get confused, they have to spend longer making decisions. And for whatever reason, the human mind works well with 3. Although, as I've said several times, sometimes I've seen this done with 2 options and it still sells incredibly well. So This is a great way to boost your conversions. It keeps everything congruent and it avoids that pitfall of trying to use a funnel cart as basically an e-com shopping basket. And I can understand why people do that, because they think, what's the point of these different pricing options? Now, one final tip for you. When you're putting together these pricing options, don't differ them as I did around 11 years ago when I was first learning this strategy. I really differed between the features that you got. What you want to do is you just want to make it a question of just one dimension being different. So that could be number of licenses. It could be number of tickets if it's an event. It could be the power of the software, the number of people that can use it. It's those kind of things that you want to vary on. It can't be complex, it can't be multiple things, because again, when we introduce delays, our conversion rates drop. So that's it for this video. Hopefully I've helped reveal some of the intricacies of using pricing options in a funnel cart correctly. It's one of those small things that pretty much all marketers tend to ignore, both in implementation and those who actually teach about this kind of thing. And sometimes it's these kind of things that can take a good offer and make it a great offer. And that means if you're looking to pay affiliates, you're getting better stats, so more affiliates are drawn to your offer. And if you're running ads, you've got more money to cover those ad costs. So I'll see you in a future video, I guess. This is Steve Ben signing off.